What's up? My name is Jack Murphy, and this is me trying option trading again. If you don't know, last year I tried an option trading challenge with a $100 account, and I was profitable, so check out that video if you haven't seen it before, or those videos I should say. But this time I'm doing a couple things different. First off, I'm starting with $250, so I have a little more capital to start with, and I have access to level 3 options now, which I didn't have last time. Level 3 options basically gives you the ability to add, legs or combine calls and puts to make different types of options. This can give you some better trades than just simple calls or puts, so it could make the challenge or the series a little easier, but I am experimenting with it. I didn't do it last time. I'm not familiar with these multi-leg options, so I'm going to try to get used to that and learn a couple. And I'm also doing these videos in 2-week intervals for now. Last time I did every 1 week. This time I'm just going to do 2 weeks so I can do a little bit more in each video. I believe that's everything I wanted to say in the intro, so now let's get into the first week. My first trade I made on the first day was a forward call option where I just bought a regular call option just so I had something I was familiar with. And then I moved on to a Disney 3 option strategy. I think that's what it's called on Robinhood, so that's what I'm going to call it. And the point of this 3 option strategy is to have Disney finish in a certain range of strike price, so finish the week at a certain area. As you can see, I did 3 different call options, 2 buys, 1 sell. Then I went over to the ratios and changed the ratios, so the highest call strike price I bought, I got 2 of them. Then the middle strike price that I sold, I got 3 of them. And then the bottom one, I kept at 1. Then this combination makes it so if the strike price stays in a certain range, you'll be profitable. But if it goes volatile in either directions, you will lose money. So the range of this option was between $102 and $103.50 where I'd make good profit. My max profit being around $103. Anything downwards, I wouldn't lose any money. I would be break even minus a couple dollars worst case. But the only area the option could go where it would be bad for me is if it went up above 103.50. That's when I would actually lose a lot of money and eventually my max amount of money, which was around $100, give or take a couple bucks. So that's the only situation this strategy would not work. I also did another 3 option strategy with Starbucks where I bought the highest and lowest one and sold the middle. Did the ratio 2-3-1, and I expected Starbucks to not have a volatile week and stay in that range. Basically just needing it to finish under $79.60 for me to be okay, and max profit around $79. So those were everything I bought for the first week, and now the rest of the week is kind of just watching those returns and trying to sell or let the contracts close at the strike prices I want them to. So day 2, I just sold the forward contract because it went down. I was down $30. Wanted to at least secure some money back and just let the 3 strategy options or 3 option strategies do their work. That was just a bad move buying the forward call. Unfortunate, but that's all that happened in day 2. On day 3, or Thursday I should say, I was down $20, but I noticed the simulated return feature, which I didn't notice before, so that gives you a good visualization of where you want the stock to end up to get specific returns. So as you can see, I need the stocks to finish in a certain point to get the max return or the max loss. So this just helps me visualize where I need the stock to go, when I should sell, or when I should let it keep going, basically. Friday was the last day of the week and the most volatile day for these multiple leg options. So I was watching the stocks all day. I started off pretty high. I was up $24. The account was in the 270s. It was looking all right. But then Starbucks went off track first, and I closed that contract early. So I was up a little bit, but lost some of those profits because I was up a lot more earlier in the day. And then Disney also started going a little too high, which was the only downside for these options. So I ended up losing a little bit of money on Disney by the end of the day, and my account was sitting around 246, I believe, 244. That's how I thought the week was going to end. So I just bought a Robinhood call option for next week that I was planning on selling on Monday or Tuesday, and I just bought that at the end of Friday, so it had a little more time to go up. And I was up $12 on that Robinhood contract by the end of the day, so I finished the week at about $256 in the account, slightly in profit, but pretty much no progress. Monday, the Robinhood contract started off crazy good. I was already up $70 right when the market opened. Robinhood had a very good after hours and started the day off profitable, so I was up a lot on that, as you can see. And I ended up selling for about $103 profit on the contract, which was a little over a double. So that was a nice recovery for the account and boosted me up to around $349 in the account. With this extra $100 I was up, I figured I had some room to experiment with 3 option strategies. And what I did was open up an Uber one and a Palantir one. So the Uber one, I needed it to finish between $63 and $64.60-ish, and my max profit was at $64. Anything under that, I would have lost a couple bucks, but anything over the $64.60, I would be down a lot, and my max loss was around $80. So if that happened, that would suck. And that contract went through, but the Palantir contract I tried to open, or 3 option strategy I should say, did not go through, so I had to wait till Tuesday to do that. So the next day, on Tuesday, I opened up the Palantir contract where I needed to finish between $21 and $21.90, max profit at $21.50. Anything under all those goals, I would still be okay. Anything over is where I would reach my max loss, which was around $45, $46. I also opened up a Nike 3 option strategy just so I had one more because I had extra capital. And I needed to finish between $94 and $95.50. Max profit, $95. Basically just needed it to stay low, under $95 preferably. Those were all the options I bought for the rest of the week. So now I was just watching them and trying to make sure I could close them profitable. Wednesday, I was watching them and they were fluctuating a lot, but I was looking over the simulated returns. And really, as long as they stayed in their range, even if it was a couple days out, they would say they are losing money. But the last day is when they would pick up and actually make you good returns. So I wasn't too focused on the day-to-day returns until Friday because they didn't really matter too much according to the simulated returns. Thursday, Uber and Palantir stocks were very bullish or went up a lot, and they were just way out of my profitable range, already going to get the max losses. So I was trying to sell them and not get the max loss, but I guess the bid-ask spread was too far or something, too spread out. I wasn't able to sell these contracts, so I was just going to have to let them expire worthless, or not even worthless, negative. So that sucked. I was still holding out hope that Nike could finish in the range. It was a little above the target, but definitely could have gone down. Thursday, for some reason, finished at negative $55 in the account, which was absolutely absurd. Just the 2 Palantir, or the Palantir and Uber contracts said they were like negative $130 or whatever each, and obviously way more than the max loss, so it couldn't have happened, but for some reason they said that, and it made it seem like I was down way more than I actually was. So negative $55 is not the actual value of my account. It does make a funny thumbnail, but it is not accurate. So when I went into Friday, I figured they would fix themselves in the morning, and they did. But after hours between Thursday and Friday, Nike actually was looking very good for me because it was going down and finished around $95.10, which would have been almost perfect. But, of course, Nike shot up during the day and went up the entire day, so I ended up losing money on that contract too. I was able to sell it for negative $75 instead of negative $80, so saved $5 there, but finished the week down. Here are the total returns for the week. Obviously, not good, a couple failures in a row, but we did learn a lot, I would say. This made us finish the full 2 weeks at negative $71, which obviously sucked, but isn't terrible, and we can recover. I might throw another $50 into the account if I think it will actually help, or I can find something worth putting money into and need extra $50. But I also might not do that, so we'll see. I'm also going to try to experiment with some different option strategies during the next 2 weeks. So hopefully I can find a good strategy that I want to use more. If I see something that I think the 3 option strategy would be good for, a stock that I don't think is going to move, I might also do that too, but I'm not going to force anything. If you have any suggestions or know any strategies I should try, drop in the comments. I'll definitely look through all of them. If you haven't seen the old videos, go check them out here. And if the next video is out, I'll have that linked on this video as well. But that is everything I have for today. Thank you for watching. Peace.